Welcome everybody to NR Truck Night in America, folks. Live here from Talladega Superspeedway for race 10 out of 28 on the season, and only 8 races left in the regular season as we come to a plate race, which is going to be a bit of a wild card race. Talladega sits here in the middle of the schedule, no other date left in the season. There's no other plate races, so this is the final race where you can really get lucky and win. So drivers are going to have to stay out of trouble, and as we look at the chase, only about 6 guys in the current standings are safe right now, as this cutoff line is just shifting every week based off performances. You got to be consistent. One bad week can send you all the way down and out of the chase, so you really got to stay consistent here. And as we head to Talladega Superspeedway, it's going to be a very interesting race. Of course, we've had 2 plate races so far this season. Charlie Davenport won at Daytona, and Matthew Hubert won at Atlanta. But Talladega's a huge track. There's going to be a lot of carnage, or you might see a wreck or two, so guys are going to be very aggressive here, looking to get a win. This is one of the tracks where almost everyone can win, so it's really going to be one of those races where everybody's gunning for the win and putting out their best performance. But besides that, let's get into our pre-race festivities as we head down trackside. And starting off our pre-race show will be the race overview. It's going to be 1.5 miles around this track, 94 laps, 141 miles here today. 94 laps may not seem like a lot, but trust me, it is going to be a while, folks. It's going to be about an hour racing the Superspeedway. It's always going to be long and grueling, 75 degrees. One of our hotter races we had recently, it's been floating around 60 or 70s in temperature, but 6 mile per hour winds today is going to cool it down a little bit, but 75 degrees is the hottest we've had. We're back in the south, so it's going to be a very interesting race. We'll see how the wind impacts the draft. This, I think, is something of the highest amount of wind we've had this season, but that's pretty much it for our race overview. It's going to be a long race. It's a plate race, so got to tune in, stick it out. There's going to be some wrecks likely. Some drivers are going to be getting too greedy and unfortunately ending their days and other days. But next, we're going to get into our chase standings or our point standings, as whatever you want to call it. Matt Morley comes in with the points lead into this race with 1 point lead over Sanjo Vittoria. Matt Morley and Vittoria were battling for late points at Memphis last week where Eric Monaco won, and he really turned around this season now, and he qualified pretty good here today. But Matt Morley got some crucial points. Sanjo Vittoria got finished 10th, but Morley finished better, I'm pretty sure, and only a 1 point lead over him, but this is still a great performance for that number 31 team, and they're pretty comfortable as we head into these final couple races. Then we have the 9 of William Ayers jumping up to third as Landon Lauterbach continues to struggle at these short tracks, but he's one of the best plate racers in the series, so we'll see what he's able to do here at Talladega. But Ayers jumping up to third isn't much of a surprise to me. He's a really good driver, so we'll see what he's able to do here at Talladega. Not starting too well. Then we have David Dixon and Nathan Stapleton, 2 Tricon Garage Trucks who have really revived their season. Stapleton struggled at the start of the season, but he's made his way back up here in points. And now he and his teammate Dixon, who won at Lucas Oil IRP with a great strategy call, now sit 5th and 6th. But Stapleton's where it really starts, where this cutoff line race really heats up, because Stapleton, 26 points behind his teammate of Dixon. This top 5 are the only guys who are really safe here, as this cutoff line, right now, Bjorn for Jornson's tied with Raul Godorn for that 12th spot, but Stapleton can't be too safe either, because currently only 1 point ahead of Roxy D'Angelo, and as this cutoff line really does shift every race. See, Matthew Hubert jumped his way back in, Skylar Taylor as well. They had 2 great performances at Memphis. Matthew Hubert jumped about 20 spots in that race, so Hubert really stepped up and made a charge. Adrian Gale, unfortunately, has been on a downward spiral ever since he won Sonoma, so Gale now currently sits on this cutoff line, and Peter Onjak finds himself back there once again after struggling at Memphis and getting in an early wreck with Brandon Haynes and Charlie Davenport after Trevor Vaden made contact with the wall. So this cutoff line race does really start here from 6th and beyond, and we're going to see this change throughout the weeks. It may not change. These guys may stay consistent and keep their spots, but something tells me there's a lot of carnage left in this regular season, and we'll be crowning a regular season champion who's going to get a good points boost. So your finishing position is everything in this regular season, because that points boost can really help you in the playoffs. And if we get our first multi-race winner, that also helps as well, because you will get about 10 or 15 playoff points if you win 2 to 3 races. So wins are important as well, so you guys have to win as along with being consistent, because on top of the points boost you get from finishing and these points, you also get a good playoff point boost from wins. So a lot of guys are going to be hungry for wins here tonight at Talladega, as this is one of the tracks where almost everyone can step up and win it. But besides that, that's all for our race rundown. Let's head down trackside for the drivers to look out for. And starting off our drivers to look out for, we have 4 drivers here today, and it starts off with our pole sitter, Senjo Vittoria, back-to-back pole sitter RFK Racing. Can they capitalize this week? That is the question. Vittoria was pretty good at Daytona, got stuck behind lap traffic in the final laps, so he wasn't able to get the win there. But Vittoria's starting on pole today. He's got a fast truck, one of the faster trucks in practice as well, so we'll see what Vittoria's able to do. This team is very confident coming into this week. Has a big Alabama fan base, so we'll see what Vittoria is able to do, and we'll see if RFK is on the right side of the pit strategy this week. Then starting off next with our second driver to look out for is going to be Clinton Buchanan. Buchanan hasn't been a name that we've talked about recently, but at the start of the season, there was a reason he led the points after 2 races, and that was because we did start off with 2 plate races, and he does have the best plate average finish of 5th, where he's been really good at plate races. Has ran up front. He starts 8th here today, so stuck on that top line. We'll see if that's a challenge for him, but Buchanan and this team are really confident coming into this race. We'll see what they're able to do. It's going to be a long race. You just got to stay out of trouble, so we'll see if this 88 team is able to stay out of trouble and continue their great success here at plate races. Then our next guy to look out for is actually the guy starting right behind Buchanan in 10th. It is going to be Landon Laudenbach here. 3rd best plate average finish in the series. Finish of 7th is his best. Laudenbach is almost really good at every track besides the short track. So starting 10th here today, once again on that top line, we'll see what he's able to do. But Laudenbach has a really fast truck every week. He struggled at short tracks, like I just said, but I think he is going to be quite good here at Talladega here today. He's pretty solid at every track, and the 3rd best plate average finish, that's a lot of success here at plate races. So we'll see what Laudenbach's able to do. He needs to get his season turned around once again. He went from leading points all the way down to 4th, so he's getting the points lead, then dropping down, getting the points lead, then dropping down. So this 71 team has to become more consistent, and this could be the race that they do it. So we'll see what Landon Laudenbach's able to do here tonight, starting from 10th. Then our final and 4th driver to look out for is going to be the 5 of David Dixon, the 2nd best plate average finish, starting 19th here today, but on that bottom line, so he is going to move his way up pretty quick. But Dixon is one of the best drivers in the series. He's good at every single track. There isn't a track that he's really struggled at. So the type of track that he's really struggled at. So Dixon is a threat to look out for every week. And starting 19th here today, not the best starting position, but Dixon, one of the best plate racers and best racers in general. So we'll see what Dixon's able to do here. I think if I had to pick who would be my race winner to pick to win, would be probably this 5 truck, because Dixon's just so consistent at every track that you just have to rely on him. And starting here mid-pack, he's not going to be in too much of the points where there's going to be a lot of race battling between the packs. So the front and the back, there's a lot of battles, but starting here in the middle area of the pack. So we'll see what he's able to do. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for our drivers to look out for. As we get into some storylines coming into this week, it does start off with the 77 of Jerry Chen sporting the Red Bull colors coming into this week. Chen and Red Bull have been talking for a couple weeks, but they finally get this deal done, and we'll see what he's able to do with these new Red Bull colors. You think Red Bull will sponsor a road course, which Mexico City is coming up, but they are sponsoring a Superspeedway, so we'll see what we'll see what Chen's able to do here with these Red Bull colors. It looks like a nice truck, but starting here near the back, he has to stay out of trouble, and maybe we'll see this Red Bull truck in victory lane for the first time. So that's pretty much it for our race rundown and everything to look out for. Thank you all for tuning in to the pre-race show. We're going to get going and going green here soon.
Drivers, start your engines.
So you can see, folks, the trucks are fired off and ready to go. You can find your starting lineup on the left side of your screen, sponsored by Auto Parts for Less. It's going to be 94 laps around Talladega Superspeedway. Here tonight, we're going Saturday night racing. Mentioned Friday night racing maybe earlier in this broadcast, but we're going to be racing on a Saturday night after some setbacks. But yeah, it's going to be Santos Victoria leading us to green. What's the 41 of Travis Ron on his outside? He's going to have some help from Adrian Gill right behind him and Rogel Dorn. Both guys looking to turn around their seasons, sitting right on that cutoff line race. But there's a lot of guys fighting for their spots in the chase right now, and it's going to be a very interesting race. We're going to see who's going to prevail. There's going to be a lot of drafting and a lot of lead changes. We'll see if the lead change record gets broken. I think it was held at Daytona where we got the most lead changes, so we'll see how it goes. It's going to be a very long and interesting race. At 23, Nicholas Torres running very slow in the back. Don't know what's going on with that 23 truck, but yeah, folks, remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy In Our Truck in America. Make sure to join our Discord server, linked in the description. Next season is upon us. Only 8 races left in the regular season. Seems like a lot, but it will go by pretty fast. And then, yeah, so next week we do head to Charlotte for one of our longest races of the year. It'll be our patriotic race, so we might see some patriotic schemes be brought out for that race. But we actually have a lot of red, white, and blue trucks in the field, so that's interesting. So some guys won't really need to change their schemes at all. But as they come to the trial, well, it is going to be Vittoria leading us to green. Can RFK capitalize on their back-to-back poles? And the green flag's out here at Talladega. And coming through the trial, well, it looks like it is going to be Central Vittoria, our pole sitter, leading the first lap of this race. That 41 on the outside got a pretty good launch, but wasn't able to capitalize on that. Top line might struggle here today if they don't find speed. But now it's going to be Sierra Cooper looking for the lead. She's got some help from Mateo Castillo right behind her. You see that top line just a sitting duck at the moment, not able to do anything. You see Cooper got that 26 of Mateo Castillo right on the back bumper. Does Castillo make a move? Yes, he does, going to the inside. Already some big, bold moves being made by some guys early on in this race, and we will see that a lot in this race here today. A lot of guys making some bold moves. Could be costly. We'll likely see a wreck or two here today. It just happens here at Talladega. But right now they're keeping it clean. But now that 26 has Reggie Fogelman right behind him. Fogelman falling out of the chase after being pretty solid in points for the first couple races of the season, but now he is in a situation where he needs to get a win and perform well every week to make the chase. And right behind him, he's going to have his Tricon Garage team of Skylar Taylor. He's going to make a move along with Matthew Hubert and David Dixon right behind him. 4 Tricon Garage trucks lined up on the bottom line right now. 11 Bajorn for Jordan, the 5th truck all the way back there, but there's a lot of Toyotas on this bottom line right now. We'll see if they push Hubert out of the lane. You can see that 04 of Tyreek McLean diving down in front of that 77. You're going to see this number 1 of Skylar Taylor make the pass on his teammate, actually. He's going to have Matthew Hubert follow right behind. Can Matthew Hubert now make a move? He won at Atlanta. A very impressive race win. Won it on the final lap, making a big pass. Can Hubert go back-to-back on-plate races? It would be a great win for that 7 team after the recovery effort they had at Memphis last weekend. Oh, and he tries to throw a block on the 5 of Dixon, but he's unable to, and now he's going to get sent up high, and now it's going to be 3 Tricon Garage trucks lined up on his bottom line and likely going to try to control this race. So Hubert tried to dive low, but Dixon wasn't having any of it, and now we'll see if he works with his teammate or not, or is all the gloves off at the beginning of this race. And it looks like it is, as now Dixon's going to cruise right on past, and we mentioned Dixon has one of the best plate average finishes of 6th, so Dixon is a threat here today, and right now he's showing that as he's going to be in the lead, but he's got Nathan Stapleton right behind him. See some 3 wide racing behind her. You got 71 of Landon Laudeback and a few others lined up. Davenport, Canamil Jr., Angel Gutierrez, one of the I guess you could say co-fan vote winner. He won the fan vote with Sanjo Vittoria, so the odds are 50-50 between those two. We'll see how they do in today's race. But right now it's going to be David Dixon controlling the lead. He got a little bit of a jump, but now that 27 is going to reel him back in and likely go to the inside with some help from Matt Morley, our points leader. And yes, he does. Now Sebastian Lopez looking for the lead. That's going to be a common theme here today. These guys are going to send the leaders out and then use that drop to get right back past them and get a good run to the inside. And now it's going to be 3 wide for 5th. Carl Young and others, and look at Morley. He's also going to go high as well. So a 3rd lane forming now. It's formed back there, but now they're starting to get it going. They got Ayers, Stapleton, and Matt Morley right on the outside there now. But it is going to be Lopez leading lap 5. That 56 of Hallie Anderson Jr. making his debut on a plate race. Making his plate race debut. Made his debut last week at Memphis, and now he's going to look for the lead, but he's going to unfortunately shuffle back. And you see this 3 wide racing is only getting more treacherous behind, and these guys are starting to get real racy. And now Nicholas Torres is going to dive underneath his Spire teammate. His Andretti teammate. He's got some help from 38 of Peter Onjak, who started near the rear. Looks like it could be nearly 4 wide behind as Manny Canamel Jr. is drifting back quite a ways. But he's going to keep it going. He's going to get some help from Rocco Dorn, who's currently struggling quite a bit. Oh, look at this. David Dixon. Oh, no. They're going to get really close here on the front stretch. It's going to be 4 wide going to turn 1. This is not going to end well. Into turn 1 they go. Do they keep it going? Yes, they do. Oh, no. There they go. They're wrecking now, and everybody's piling in. There goes the Toriar pole sitter. The caution's out. They went 4 wide, and they're going to pay the price now, as that's going to bring out our first caution of the day as Skylar Taylor goes around. And that's going to put, I think, Peter Onjak in the lead. What a turn of events. We mentioned how dangerous it was going 4 wide, and that's going to bring our first caution out on lap 7. These guys just getting overly greedy there, and that's not going to pay off now. As you see, Vittoria's bent up on the back end. A few others got involved in that incident. Now they're going to all catch up to the pace line, but that's going to bring out our first caution of the day on lap 7. Let's go check out the replay there real quick and see what happened. You see our replay here, folks, riding along with Nathan Stapleton for a second. They see Evan Marisi and the number 1 of Skylar Taylor make contact, and behind them everybody else is going to pile in. The O2 makes some contact. Luckily, it doesn't look like too many cars got damaged in that one, but yeah, you just can't go 4 wide here, and you saw that with the 81 and 1 making contact. They're going to come through unscathed, but they got another truck wrecked. That 7 of Huber was involved, the 98 as well of Evan Marisi. They somehow all come out unscathed, but the guys who don't come out unscathed are the innocent bystanders, but it looks like Stapleton's going to have some damage on that truck now. Sierra Cooper might as well have some damage. But they pace around now. Likely see our first cycle of pit stops in this race. But it is going to be Peter Onjak leading at the caution. He's going to have that number 11 of Bjorn for Jorgensen right behind him and a bunch of other Chevys. So what a turn of events here, folks. Our first caution, and you can see the tire marks right there. And you just can't go 4 wide here. The number 1, 98, and 7, I think it was, that were involved. I know the number 1 and 98 were, it was 81, but they were all involved. They somehow come out unscathed. That 81 actually has some damage. They mostly come out unscathed somehow from that incident, but that's going to rub a bunch of people wrong here, as he can't be making those type of moves. And it looks like the 18 of James Daniel didn't get going in this race, as he didn't even start the race. So I think James Daniel is actually going to be our first DNF of the day. We saw that happen earlier in the season with the 57, I think, in one race, or someone else, and they didn't get their truck started, so they did not start the race, and it is going to be James Daniel DNFing at the start of this race. I didn't see it before, but that explains why that 23 was running so slow, I'm pretty sure, because Daniel started right in front of him. So we'll take a look here real quick at our starting lineup. I'm pretty sure it was James Daniel that did start in front of that 23, so that makes sense. Yes, it was. So that explains why that 23 of Nicholas Torres was driving so slow in that instance, because that 18 did not get going. So they got backed up on the pace lap, but you see it's going to be the 38 leading us on to pit road for our first cycle of pit stops here today. So we'll see who wins the race off the pit road here, folks. Nobody's staying out. Everybody going to take their tires or fuel. We'll see what strategy is played out. Some are going to take fuel only. Some are going to take tires, 2 tires and fuel. There's going to be a lot of split strategies early on in this race that could separate this one up later on. See the pole sitter Vittoria coming in, getting involved that wreck, just getting stuck in the back there, and that's unfortunate for him. That's going to be 11, but Bjornsson winning the race off the pit road, a busy pit road. You see everybody pulling in. But it looks like it is going to be 2 tires and fuel for most here. Yeah, so it looks like the preferred strategy was 2 tires of fuel. 38 isn't going to win the race off the pit road, but the 98 did, so. See a whole lot of stuff going on here, but it is going to be Bjornsson leading us back to green on the restart. He's going to have that number 71 Landon Lotta back on the outside. We mentioned him earlier in this race. He's pretty good at plate races, has the 3rd best average finish, so he's going to be starting here in second. He's going to be starting here in second. He's going to have his teammate of Matthew Hubert starting a little bit behind. We'll see if they get linked up here, but that 11 team has a pretty fast pit stop, and now they're going to be commanding this restart. Oh no! And now the 13 of Patrick Findrop's blowing up, so Findrop likely is going to be out of this race, as that truck is all smoke right now, and making his second debut here, his second start, I guess you could say. And that truck looks like it's going to be gone, and after a great recovery drive last week, and it looks like this 13 of Patrick Findrop is going to be out of this race. There's going to be double foul restarts on this restart. We'll see what lap we restart on. Likely to be lap 11 or 12. Not really sure. The pace laps are pretty long here at Talladega. Pretty big track, about 1.5 miles, 1.5 miles around here. So it's a pretty big track. But we are going to reach lap 10, which is going to bring us to 85 more laps to go in this race, which is a lot to go. Likely going to be an hour of racing, so stick around, tune around here on this Saturday night. Xfinity Racing just wrapped up in real life, and yeah, you see that 13 coming down the pit road. That's unfortunate for that Thor Sport team. That 13 team has just been a stroke of bad luck all season. It looks like it's going to continue. So it does look like we are going to be restarting on lap 12, I would guess, here, as it's going to be Bjornsson once again leading us to the green, as he had a great pit stop. You see that 98 of Evan Maurice, who got involved in that last incident. He's going to be restarting 3rd here, so doesn't have any damage from starting that last one, but we'll see if they just didn't repair anything and there is an issue with that truck, because that could very well be the case. But wow, what did I say? But as we come through this turn, you can see some of the tire marks still evident there. Luckily, nobody out of this race besides that 13. We'll see what the update is. There's going to be a gearbox issue. That's been a common theme for these Fords recently, having some gearbox issues, and now it's going to be the 13 falling victim to that. We've seen a lot of gearbox issues as of late. Saw last week the 56, who was also making her first start. So driver who was making his first start with the 13 of Patrick Findrop had a gearbox issue last week. Hallie Anderson Jr., he had an issue and ran into the pit wall tires. So now it's going to be the 13's turn to run into some bad luck, I guess. there's a lot of guys making their moves through this race. This 11, 71, a lot of guys driving their way up, but you can't get too greedy too early on. It's a long race, 85 laps to go. Like I said, so can't get too comfortable, especially when guys are making moves like that, going 4 wide, which is not going to end well here at Talladega. 9 times out of 10, if they make it, they keep it going. Congrats to them, but I just don't see them keeping it going every single time. So it could very well happen, but I would say it's very unlikely. As we come back around, we'll see if these lights finally go off. I expect them to this time, but you never know. So let's let the lights go out on this pace truck here. And yes, they will. So we will be restarting on lap 12 here, folks, which will give us about 83 laps to go. So once again, it will be double foul restarts. We'll see what lane has the better restart. That 71 is going to have that 19 and 38 on his outside, so he's going to have some Chevy help. While it's going to be the 11 and 98 on the inside. So we'll see how that pairing works up. Two interesting drivers, two short track aces, as a matter of fact. Evan Marisi and Bjorn Jorgensen, known for their short track racing abilities. And we'll see what they're able to do on this bottom line. We'll see if they get a good start going. Some guys could be poor at restarts here, but this race is a race that anybody could win theoretically. A plate race is always going to be unpredictable, so with how the chase is shaping up right now, everyone needs all the wins they can get, and getting a win here today at Talladega would solidify some of these guys' seasons. We might see our first multi-race winner. We haven't seen it quite yet, but it could happen today, so we'll see. We just have been waiting on that multi-race winner. Not too common to have a lot of guys with multiple race wins in our series, but we'll see if someone pulls it off this season. I think there will be a few drivers with multiple wins. It'll be the 71, 92, and others. Heck, the 43 or 52 could pull off some upsets and get double-digit wins. You never really know. So, but here we go. It is going to be the 11 leading us to green, going through the Geico restart zone. Going to be 83 laps to go in this race. Who will win it? Maybe asking that question a little too early here, but anything could happen. We'll see how the damage impacts those trucks involved in that incident. There is a new damaged vehicle policy, so if you're 15 or 20 miles per hour under the pace and you're holding up the pack, you will be DQ'd and sent out from the race. But it looks like it's going to be a pretty even restart for these drivers here. SN1 got a little bit of a better launch, but he is going to be side by side going into turn 1 with the 11 of Bjorn Jorgensen. But you see that disconnection between that 56 and 27. They're pushing hard on that top line, but I don't think they're going to get anything going here. That 81 Trevor Vaden not having the greatest start to his week. Already running off a pace, running 156 right now. Most drivers hit 178 tops currently, so we'll see how that plays out. And you see already some 3-wide racing going on. Oh, that number 1 jumping out too, but that 56 is Hal Anderson Jr. He is really slow on that top line. He is just not able to get his truck going. You see everybody else see what they're running. 169. They're going to get it sped up here. And yeah, you see that number 2 of Angel Gutierrez diving to the inside, trying to get past them. Can't be held up too much by some of these guys who are going to be stuck out the draft all day. You see Matthew Huber diving for the lead now. That 81 of Trevor Vaden is running very slow. Still trying to get his truck going, but it's going to be single file a little bit up here. It's going to be the number 7 of Matthew Huber leading now. He's got that 77 of Jerry Chin right behind him. Well, with the truck in between them, and it looks like that 33 is going to move to the outside. He's not going to have any help, though. Now it's going to be 2 Spire trucks lined up on the inside line, Chen and Matthew Hubert. Spire brings some fast trucks every weekend. That 771, that 777, and 71 are probably the most balanced team in the series. All very accomplished. Everyone besides the 77 has a race win on the season, so a race win here today for Jerry Chen would give That's Fire Team. All race wins. And now, look at the 77 of Chen diving beneath his teammate to make a move. Sporting that new Red Bull scheme. Been in talks for weeks with Red Bull, and they finally get a deal done. Their first race is at Superspeedway. You maybe would expect them to premiere it at Mexico City in the upcoming weeks, but looks like they are going to be sporting the Red Bull colors here. And look at that 23. Nicholas Torres dived it down to the inside. We were mentioning how he got a slow start earlier in this race because of that 18 of James Daniel not firing off at the start and stalling and having to take it to the garage ultimately and be out of this race. And now he's in the lead. But as we look at races that are coming up, Charlotte will be next Friday. I mean, not next Friday, next Sunday likely. And then after that, we head into our Truck Night America spring break, and then we'll come back and race at Nashville Superspeedway, and then head to Mexico City after that. So a busy little upcoming weeks after that, but likely will be only one of our last breaks of the season. Had a winter break, and we have a spring break, but that's going to likely be it for now. See some trucks scrambling behind, trying to line up and get some draft partners. They're trying to get it going right now, but not looking too likely. You see that 81 and 56 all running about 150 right now. See what our leaders running of 29 and Monica Pato now. So 176, 177. That is the top. So one of these drivers runs about 155, 150, and they're in the way, then we will DQ them because just can't have traffic, especially at super speedways, hindering the finish. But it looks like that's already going to be the case here. Is that 56 of Aiden is just right on the brink. We are keeping it going, but barely. Now Monica Pato is going to be forced to the outside by the 5 of David Dixon, the New Zealander. Won at Lucas Oil. Mentioned how he saw it at every track. He's got one of the best average finishes here at plate races. But he's got that 27 of Lopez looking for the lead once again. He's going to have some help from Brandon Haynes, who won the pole at Las Vegas, but it's unfortunately just been a downward spiral from there. We're coming up on lap 20 here soon. And while we're at it, let's ride along with, who should we ride along with? Let's see what onboard cams we have for this race. And see which one matches us to both. Yeah, let's ride on board with this number 71 of Landon Laudenbach here for the Chevrolet onboard. So let's ride along with this number 71. Oh, and there's a wreck behind, actually, so cut back to the action, but there is a wreck behind, and I saw someone spinning in the back. I'm not sure what it involved. Oh, it's going to involve a bunch of trucks back here. The 43, the 52, our pole sitter, a lot of guys involved in that one. I'm not sure quite what happened, but the truck slowed up majorly, and you see there's a lot of damage on the back of some of these machines. So I'm not sure what quite happened there, but let's go see what happened to this 43 truck and others as we cut to our replay here in a second, as they're all going to come down pit road and see if they can get this damage fixed as it is open for them. But that number 43 is all bent up on the front, and I'm guessing the 17 of Nathan Stapleton's all bent up on the back. And they might actually be retiring from this race, actually. As we cut to the front, it is going to be the 45 of Brandon Haynes leading. So yeah, let's go check out the replay and see what happened in this one. We're here with the replay, folks. I don't know if a tire went down on that 42, but he drives right up into the 77 Jerry Chen. You see this 43 and 17 are going to pile back in, and Sergio Vittoria going to clean it off. Not as bad as the incident as I thought, but I believe the 43 of Davenport's going to be out of this race. But that 42, Dylan Matiska, I don't know if the tire went down, but he drove right directly into that 77 of Jerry Chen there. Chen's not going to get the brunt of that incident, but unfortunate turn of events here, and I think that 43 is going to be out of this one. Yeah, the 43, 42, and 17 all retired from this one, so that's a tough break for Nathan Stapleton once again. 43 Davenport had a great performance at Texas, and since then it's been another DNF getting involved in somebody else's mess, so that 43 team has just not been running too well this season. And that 42 Matiska had a great run last week, but fortunately he's going to be out of this one as well. You see the tire mark on the side of that 77. He's going to be impacted pretty heavily by that damage. But another caution on lap 18, only about an 11 lap green flag run from the last one. And so that's going to involve a couple of trucks and take a few out of this race. So they're going to come back down to pit road. There's going to be the 45 of Brandon Haynes leading them down. We'll see where he comes out in this pit road race, but it looks like everybody's going to fall down. So it is once again going to be a pit cycle to look out for. But unfortunate turn of events for those drivers right there. You see the race off of pit road there. It looks like it's going to be some four-tire stops for some people here. And that 45 team is going to get that 45 Brandon Haynes right back out into the lead. So maybe it could be this 45 team's days, but we don't want to jinx them quite yet. Knock on wood. So right now it is trending in the right direction for the 45 team. We're going to get all lined back up for another restart in this race. It's going to be this 33 Davey Wallace on the outside this time. We saw him being a little bit squirmy right before that crash there. But, man, oh man, what a turn of events this race has turned into. A lot of incidents. You see a lot of damaged trucks. We'll see how this damage impacts some of those trucks. We might see a couple of damaged vehicle policies kick in here as that 81 and others are all bent up. So few trucks already taken out. Hopefully Stapleton can be comfortable. He's likely going to be on a cutoff line based off others' performances going into next weekend's race at Charlotte, but it's better than being out. So we'll see how it goes for him. Likely going to be some struggles there, but that 17 team is always up for the challenge. See the 45 rocking the Chevrolet accessories scheme here for Nice Motorsports. So it looks like we're likely going to restart here on lap 22. Let me know your thoughts on the first 20 laps of this race. Has been very hectic and eventful, but that's just how it's going to go here at these Superspeedways. Daytona wasn't as Daytona wasn't as eventful as this, but so far it's been pretty good action. Take a look at your lineup. Few trucks behind here, but yeah, a few trucks involved in incidents behind there. That 92's just been a incident magnet, but a lot of drivers have been the past 2 weeks. That 43, 17, all have been incident magnets. So sometimes just happens to you. But as we look at some of our biggest movers in this race, 27's moved up quite a ways. That 71 actually started pretty well. That 04 Tiger McLean started near the back. I know that. So some guys making their way through this race. Vittoria was one half of our fan vote. winner. The other half was Angel Gutierrez. I actually think there was a late comeback by somebody in the poll, but so far they are the current ones that lead. But yeah, so it is going to be that number 7 to Matthew Huber, actually, who makes a little bit of a late comeback in the poll to tie it up, but kind of happened after the poll went official, so doesn't really count. 30 minutes in this race, 20 laps down. Been a very eventful one. Likely going to restart here on lap 22. We'll see how long we have our next green flag run for, and we'll see if we finally have some first green flag pit stops in this race. But yeah, it's going to be lap 22 we're restarting on, and we still have a long way to go. Going to be 73 laps to go when we restart, so a lot to happen and unfold. And that's just how plate races are, very long. Going to be a lot of lead changes, a lot of drafting. Hopefully not as many mistakes made, but that's 42. I don't know what happened with Dylan Matiska there. He just really shot up into the wall and was a sitting duck from there. But we'll see what Haynes can do on this restart. We saw the lanes restart pretty even last time, so we'll see if it's even once again. Inside, we have some side-by-side racing momentarily, but it's not always guaranteed. But yeah, so we'll see what they can do. There's actually going to be a couple Chevys lined up on this inside row. Going to be the 45, 19, 27, then it ends at that 98 there. But the 98 of Mercy's been running up front mostly all race besides that first incident he got involved in. It'd be funny seeing the tire marks here, but that 42 did go for a wild ride. But here we go. They prepare for the restart now. Going to be the 45 of Brandon Haynes leading us back to green here, going through the Geico restart zone. Still a long way to go in this race. Who will it be? Likely going to be more chaos happening, but we've got some pretty good green flag runs going. But interesting to see how many cautions we have in this race. I think the most we've had in a race is about 3. Have to check the schedule, but I think it is around 3. But that could very much change throughout the rest of this season. But as you see, it is going to be the 45 once again, leading us back to green. And then, yeah, as we look at the schedule, the most cautions we've had in a race this season is actually last weekend and Las Vegas with 3 cautions. So already up to 2. We'll see what happens in this one. You see the launch at 33 is going to get on the outside. A pretty good restart there. But you see that 77 of Jerry Chen got sideswiped by that 42, and he's already limping at the start. And he's got some help from Little, but Little's already inching his nose in there. Does he go to make a move early on? That could very well be the case, but no. That 45 is going to drive out just a little bit. But we've seen this before. And then that 19 is going to reel him back in and make a move to the inside likely. Already some 3-wide racing starting as Roxy D'Angelo is going to be on that outside now. She's going to have that 15 underneath her. This could end pretty bad if they don't keep it safe here. But she's at 45, still trying to manage the lanes. Does he cut in front of that 19? Is that 19 going to make a move here? He's not going to make the move, but the 27 of Sebastian Lopez is. He's going to force that 19 to the outside now, and he's going to be trying to challenge for the lead and possibly get his 3rd lap lead of the day. You see that 45 is going to lead the inside wide open, and now it's going to be the 27 going to the lead. See the drop off from trucks already. The trucks involved in those wrecks running really slow right now. Don't think anybody's falling underneath the policy quite yet though. Oh, that 77 could be on his way to getting the DQ from this one if they don't get their speed up. And oh, there's another wreck behind. Going 4 wide once again. It's the 04 Tyreek McLean and others. McLean, D'Angelo, and others involved in that one. And once again, drivers taking it 4 wide, being careless, and that's going to result in another caution. see the 15 of Reggie Fogelman all bent up, and I think that 77 of Jerry Chen is going to be out of this race. So is that 15 of Reggie Fogelman. But yeah, that 77 Jerry Chen was running about 140 there, so I think NTNA officials are going to take him out of this one. And the 23 of Nicholas Torres as well. He's going to be DNFing for this one. And you see Tyreek McLean runs back into the 81 on this caution lap. I don't know what quite's going on there. Collision should be off, but I don't want to risk the caution glitch at this time, so I'm not going to do anything. If it is a single file restart, then it is one. But let's go check out what happened to the 15 truck here, and we're going to do a no-cut replay. And let's see what happened here. Yeah, you see 4 wide here, and once again it's involving this number 7 of Matthew Hubert. That 04 Tyreek McLean was running him really low, and that's what's going to happen. They're going to shoot up into the top of the track. Hubert's going to come out of this one once again. That 38's going to actually, I think, miss that one somehow. That 15's all bent up. I'd be amazed if that 57 and 29 continue this race, but just a very insane race going on so far. We'll see if anybody stays out here, but that 23 Nicholas Torres is going to have to take it on the pit road, and he's likely going to be out of this race. And so is that 77 of Jerry Chen. So Chen, unfortunately, was not able to get up to speed, minimum race speed, and he's likely going to be out of this one. Running 140, that just cannot happen here, especially at a Superspeedway, but that 23 Nicholas Torres is going to be a camshaft issue. It looks like it's going to be fuel only for that 15, who's somehow going to continue this race, but we'll see if he meets the minimum speed. But let's watch this race off the pit road. So coming to the race off the pit road, it is going to be that 41 of Travis Rawlin winning it off of pit road. So Rawlin making a statement here a little bit. Gonna get right in front. I don't know if actually was it Rawlin? Might not be Rawlin. We look at the retired trucks on this race. Gonna be the 77, 23 camshaft issue for him, and likely the 15 if he gets it. Well, it depends how if he's able to get this truck going. But I think it's not gonna meet minimum speed likely. He shouldn't be restarting here in front of the leaders. You might have to wave him around one more time because. Yeah, but I mean, he does have free will, so even if he gets in a wreck, I think he could just restart with them. But I don't think that 15 is going to make minimum speed in this instance. See if they can figure this out. It might not be a double file restart. I don't really know. How it's looking, it might not be because they did make contact on that caution lap, and I don't want to get the caution glitch here, so. See what's going on with this 15 truck. He might be the leader somehow, but I don't think he's coming down on pit road. That 15 team's gonna struggle to continue this race. But Travis Rawlin now is gonna be leading us to the restart here. He's gonna have that number 1 behind him, a few others, and we'll see what he's able to do starting second in this race. But yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting restart. Real quick, and I am back. Step away for a second here. Oops. But yeah, it's gonna be 41 of Travis Rawlin leading us to green on this restart. We'll see what lap we restart on. Looks like it's gonna be lap 28. So 29 Monica Pata looks like she's gonna attempt to continue this race, but some of these trucks have gotten involved in almost every incident. That 7 of Matthew Hubert has not been on the right side of them either. Seen him involved in 2 incidents so far here today. So, very interesting on what's going on. Well, actually, good amount of Chevy starting in this top 20 on this restart. Gonna be a few Toyotas and uh, Fords in there, but not too many. So could see some teamwork here, gang up on these loners here. But as it looks right now, that 15's gonna try to attempt this race, but I heavily doubt he's gonna meet minimum speed after that one. It looks like we are gonna restart on lap 28 here. It looks like once we get past the line and the lights go off on this truck, which is 41 minutes into this race, and we haven't even made it halfway in this one. So this one could be a very long race, folks. And hopefully it doesn't hold your guys' time up too much, but that's just how it's going to be at these super speedways. Of course, it's the first season, so it will always be interesting to see how some races go. Lap 47 will be the halfway point in this one, so could see us run that less laps here next season. Don't really know. It's not really a crown jewel, so if it is a 2-hour race, then not really intended. Only crown jewels are really supposed to be 2 hours or more. We are going to restart here on lap 28. A good distance to go in this one. We'll see what the 41's able to do. We'll see how long we go green flag here. But hasn't been very long here today. A couple of incidents so far have impacted the start of this race. We might see a long green flag run in the middle like we usually do, and then see that one late caution that shakes everything up. So if that's the case here today, that is just a part of the pattern we have in this series. We'll see if they line up for double file restart. If they do here, then I'd be shocked, but this likely will be a single file restart here, because I don't want to mess this up and have them have the caution glitch, which has happened a couple times trying to film this. So actually, I guess that 81 and 04 just randomly made contact, because the caution did get called at the right time here, so that is great. It is going to be the 41 leading us back to green, going through the Geico restart zone. That 75 of Sierra Cooper right on his outside. We'll see who gets the better launch in this one. And here we go. Coming to the restart. I already see some trucks squirming here, but gonna have some help on that inside lane from a few guys, but that outside lane's packed with Chevys all the way down the line up to that 33, so they could get a good start here. And look at the launch here for that 75 of Sierra Cooper. Likely going to drop down in front of this 41, a matter of fact. And you see that number 1 Skylar Taylor also making it 3 wide. He's been very aggressive here today, and oh no, they could already be 4 wide here on this restart. They're going to narrowly avoid it for now, but this race has been very hectic so far. Already a couple trucks retired from this one. You see the field already thinning out quite a bit. But it is the 75 Sierra Cooper. She got a great restart, and she is leading right now. But that 41 Travis Rollins is going to get a great run on the inside. Oh, and you see already behind. Oh, no, this could not end well. It's going to be 4 wide. No, do they keep it going? I think they're going to be able to keep it going. That 11 and them, what a drive by them. They're going to keep it going. 4 wide there, but they don't have any issues there. And that is nice to see after how this race has been so far. Oh, that 98 of Evan Marisi running that 19 really low. As we go back up front, now it's going to be the 99 of Manny Canamo Jr. leading. What a win it would be for him. $15 is a lap down now. let's check out the speed for that truck. Actually keeping up pretty well. Though all of them might be doing themselves a favor though, keeping up minimum speed, which is kind of smart, but that 92 is running really slow, so checking a little bit on what his speed is. Oh, see that 9 of William Ayers trying to dive in front of that 41. He's not going to have enough time here, folks. And oh, look at Jordan. Now Jordan's going to jump out and try to help him, but then the 9's going to use that spot and get in front of him now. And we look closer behind, and that 75 was peeking on the outside, but the 02 Gale's going to block her. And Cannonmill had the lead, and his teammate's going to abandon him. So now Clinton Buchanan going to the lead. Best plate average finish, and here he goes now. And they're getting really racy behind, and look at this. Looks really close there for a second. So far, so good. Knock on wood. Now the 19 of Ryan Little is going to get back into the lead. Look at these trucks behind here. See what their minimum speed is. They're keeping it going, so it's a little bit smart strategic play. Maybe they all want to just get their points and go home. They're all damaged trucks, but they're playing it smart and running a little bit of a draft line so they all can keep minimum speed, which is a very smart strategy, I would say. But now it's going to be this 19 leading, and it started a single file here as this pack has started to thin out with all these incidents. Now look at this 41 of Travis Wallen moving back into the lead. What a win it would be for this 41 team. They've qualified good all season, but have unfortunately got involved in incidents, and that's really train wrecked their season. But here at Talladega, it might be a little bit too late to turn their season around, but never say never here. And look at the 9 of William Ayers diving down to the bottom line. He's going to have some help from that 45. Yeah, I see a single file line forming here, and that 81 of Aiden keeping it going. So playing it smart here, but we'll see if that top line gets going here eventually soon. But right now it is going to be single file here at Talladega. And now you see that 45 is going to dive to the inside. Oh, now here we go. A lot of guys making moves here. Haynes going to the lead now. That 25 jumped up. That top line could get started here very soon. See Davey Walsh once again in the picture. He's been in the conversation all day. That 33 team, Ryan Bros Racing. And now you see these Fords going to move to the bottom there. So these guys are going to have to fall back to the line now. Fall to the back of the line as nobody's taking a risk on that outside line. It just hasn't been strong here today, and they're starting to adapt to that. Cannonmill now helping out this 33, Davey Wallace. Cannonmill needs a win on the season. He's ran into a lot of bad luck, and if he won here, it just would be a full circle moment, as he's been very vocal about his performance this season. He obviously knows he hasn't performed to the expectations of his ThorSport team, but he has still stuck it out, sporting a new Kubota scheme that they started to run last weekend at Memphis. So they are making the efforts here. Maybe new colors will help, but you see that top line. Don't look now, though. They're starting to get some trucks up there. Oh, and that 81 might be out of the minimum speed. 154, what are they running? 176, and yep, he is 20 miles per hour under, so that 71 Trevor rating is going to be out of this one. Before we have anything bad happen, this policy is going to be just happening here, because, gosh, what is going on? Can't even find the 81 now, but yeah, he was not running the speed we need him to. And you see, we've seen those double file lanes starting to start here. And yeah, that 81 was running 152. Way off the pace there. So 15 to 20 miles per hour. And no, it's unfortunate. I don't like doing that. But like with how it's been recently, this won't happen at speedways, but, well, it could happen at speedways. If they don't meet like 30 miles per hour, if they're 30 miles per hour off the leader, then there is an issue with that truck. If they're 20 miles per hour off, then they keep it going, then they're fine. But when it comes to races like this, Superspeedways, fast speeds, running 180 about nearly, and you're running about 150, you can't continue this race. And now you see the 27 of Sebastian Lopez diving to the inside. He's got some help from Evan Marisi. He's going to probably get another lap led on the day. He's been pretty solid here. See a lot of shuffling between these back markers here. But a good bunch of trucks still running in this top 20, I guess you could say. Cutoff starts really at that 25 back there, 25 and 11. So, yeah, this top 20 of trucks here, basically. Number one, Reggie Fogelman's a lap down, but he will get a wave around and get the lucky dog if there is a caution here. Now look at that 91 looking to the outside of Rago Dorn. Can Rago Dorn make a move here? No, he's not going to be able to. Now that 27 is going to be forced out. Now Ryan Little comes to the line. It looks like it is going to be the 27 getting the lap led on that one. He might get the most laps led in this race if he keeps it up. Oh no. Running really close there. Dixon got a nudge from that 52. Got shoved up there. I thought that would have gone way worse. Luckily it doesn't, but now look at the 7 of Matthew Huber looking for the lead. He's not going to have any help, though. That 41 goes to the top line, and this 19 might have the preferred position here. Oh no, but they're all going to be scrambling. It has to be 3 wide for third. Oh, and that 57 of Rox D'Angelo, she's blowing up now. That's something you didn't want to see. And now they're blowing up, and that's likely going to take them out of this race. You see that little pack between those trucks that have severely damaged, and they don't want to fall under that policy, the damaged vehicle policy, so they're going to be sticking together likely for the rest of this race. But Rox D'Angelo likely going to be retired from this one. We'll see what the issue is with that number 57 team, and if it's something else to look out for. And now look at the 45 of Brandon Haynes, once again looking for the lead from Clinton Buchanan. 3 wide racing behind them as well. So we'll see what the issue was for that number 57. Don't have an update just yet. Oh yeah, they're still making their way down to pit road, so that 57 truck might be a gearbox issue, but if it is, these Fords have to look out, because that is 2 Fords out today with gearbox issues, if that is the case for that 57 of Roxy D'Angelo. A tough break for her. She is sitting near that cutoff line. So, not what they needed here tonight at Talladega, and likely going to put them in an uncomfortable position going into Charlotte next weekend. See what the issue is here. They still haven't retired. This could be a header issue, so not a gearbox, a header, but still something to look out for. 2 Fords out today with mechanical problems. Now, Angel Gutierrez is one half of the Fanville winner. The other half is struggling right now, Sanjo Vittoria, but now this 2 is going to lead. What a win it would be for Angel Gutierrez. Started off the season really hot with the championship lead, I think, at one point, but this fell off. That consistency fell off, and that 2 team has just been struggling as of late. Now that number 2 is going to be forced to the outside here. And man, what's some racing going on so far? These guys are just going back and forth. And that's what you can expect here at Talladega. But the pass that matters the most is the pass that you make on the last lap for the lead. So we'll see if we see some shades of Daytona with what a great finish that was. Atlanta was a great finish too. 2 plate races with 2 great finishes. So we'll see if this race has another great one as well. Matthew Huber edging out Skylar Taylor for the win, pole sitter of that race. And then Davenport winning on a final lap. A great defensive effort, blocking both lanes. He was able to cruise right to victory. And a reminder, our halfway point is lap 47 on this race. I guess you'd say lap 48 too, but it's going to be lap 47 in this race. So we are nearing that halfway point, about an hour into this, so it's been a long night here, folks, and we're only about to reach halfway. We'll see when our first green flag cycle of pit stop starts here. We haven't quite seen it just yet, but could be happening very soon. And as we look at these guys right here, see how slow this... They're keeping it going. They're playing it smart. They're drafting together to keep themselves over that minimum speed. They're running about 160, 165 here, which is a smart move because they're good ways over that number. I mean, good ways over that minimum speed. So, that is smart strategy by them now. Look at the 27 once again, looking to make a move for the lead. He's done that a lot here today. He's got some help from Matthew Huber behind. He's been very aggressive here today. Got involved in more incidents than he would like. Likely not making too many friends in the garage here today, but you got to be aggressive here in this final stretch. 8 races to go. Seems like a lot, but it is going to go by fast, and these drivers are going to be hungry. So, while we're at it, let's see if we have an onboard camera we can access here. Yeah, let's ride on board with the 71, the Chevrolet Performance onboard with the number 71 of Landon Laudenbach. Oh, you see a huge jolt there, and that's that 15 of Reggie Fogelman. What is he doing there? I don't know what that 15 of Fogelman's doing there, and that's likely going to get him out of this race. I don't know what he just did there. I don't know if the 15 just blew up there, but as we were exiting the onboard, that's going to shift this one quite a bit. Hopefully those guys back there can catch back up, but I don't know what was going on with that 15 truck. He just messed everyone over there, quite frankly. So, I don't know what that 15 team was doing, but I don't think he's continuing this race. He might be on pit road for the rest of this one. He might have just got parked. You see, that's going to spread this field out a lot, and some of these guys may struggle to catch up here unless there's something major that happens. And these guys are going to be ticked off if they're not able to catch up, especially that number 2 and 33. But now look at Matthew Hubert, one of the game bridge machines in this race. He's now making a move. He's going to have that 45 on his inside as the 2 Fords are on top. But Reggie Fogelman there, just don't know quite what happened there. But it's been a story of this race, been involved in those other wrecks, and now he's going to likely be out of the contention for this one if he wasn't already. And it's going to take a while for these guys to keep going. You see this whole Ford just barely limping right now. See those lap trucks ahead. They're running minimum speed, so if they do hold them up, they won't really be doing too much. They aren't 20 miles per hour under, which would be around, which would be anything 157, I guess, because that's the tops they've hit today. Anything below 157, that's just not what you want to be running here. We're closing up on our halfway mark here soon, and we'll see if we have some green flag pit stops for the first time in this race. Oh, that 04. He's falling more and more out of the draft of this one, and he's on the brink in here. He might be out of this one here soon. He's in the corner. He's running 157. Front stretch, he's running 160. So Tyler McLean is pushing it right now. He's trying to get everything he can out of that 04 truck. See, that 2 and 33 are starting to catch up, so they didn't lose too much time there, but it is single fouled out once again. They have single fouled out once again, I guess I should say. And now we have officially reached the halfway point next time around in this race. And yeah, that's 04, I think it's, yeah. And there's going to be a mechanical failure here. Then they're just running right barely above the minimum speed here. We'll see what happens here. How they are able to manage their first lap traffic here today. That 04 just quite cutting it. Likely hold up this bottom line. Yes, he will. Now that 02 is going to jump all the way out now. Can they get past this 04 though? That 41 is going to have to make a move. He doesn't do it yet. So now it's just going to be a line of trucks there. And you got to force your way through there. You can't be too nice to the 04. And it looks like that 41 Travis Rollins is in no hurry, which I don't know why you wouldn't be. As that 02 is driving away. And he's going to have that 98 right behind them. We have some more lap traffic ahead, but yeah, that 41's not budging, and those guys behind them are going to not be too patient here soon. Not going to stay that patient here soon. Yeah. I don't know quite what's going on with them. You got to make a move. They're not making it, so I mean, that's your fault. You're the 41 team. They are running the minimum speed, but this 41 Travis Shawn is just refusing to make a move on them, which we've seen this race. It's not that hard to make a move on someone, so you can't feel too bad for them. These trucks up ahead are going to be a huge issue, though. These trucks are running minimum speed, though, so they're going to shake this one up quite a bit, but we're going to see some green flag stops here. That 41's coming down, some others as well. This could start some green flag pit stops as we're starting to run into some lap traffic here. This has got them all gaggled up. At 27, Sebastian Lopez. Oh no, this racing's getting very treacherous here, folks. These few guys are just completely falling out of the draft here. That 41 of them are coming off pit road. We're going to likely see some more pit stops start here. And now look at Ryan Little now, trying to get past Sierra Cooper for the lead. Doesn't look like there was any pit stops that time around, so still keeping it going. Race starting to mellow down a little bit now here, folks. Laps are ticking away. We're likely going to see some more pit stops here soon. Oh, and look at the run that 9 got all the way to the back bumper of the 19. Oh, and I think some guys are signaling they're coming down here. So we're likely going to see some more stops. And yeah, some guys are coming down. Here comes the 9 of Ayers and others. And the 19's going to dive down. Here they come. All coming down now. This is going to kickstart a battle for the race lead. Where will guys end up out of this one? Now it's going to be a 5 and David Dixon now. They're now tracking down that 41 of Travis Rawlin though, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this first green flag cycle plays out. And here they come. They're all coming down pit road now, so this is going to decide who is going to get the this is going to decide who's going to likely lead this race coming out of this one, and it likely is going to be this 27 to get himself unlapped. Sorry, folks, scrambling with my words here. Here we go. Let's watch this race off the pit road. 26 and others coming off, but they're way out of this race at this point, to be honest. So we'll see where they all end up. Here we go now. Look, it is going to be the 33 that won the race off the road. Here comes the 9 and 19, so they're going to all get, some guys might actually follow the draft here with how it's shaping up. 71's falling out, that's 04 as well, 27, so that pit strategy does not side with them here today. Just now reaching speed is going to be some of these guys, and you see this racing's already kick-started off, but it is going to be the 33 in the lead now, Davey Wallace. But those guys behind them are going to catch up pretty fast. And here they all come. Here comes the cavalry. Behind them, we'll see if these guys catch up. The odds are not in their favor, to say the least, but anything's possible. Sierra Cooper was very fast at one point in this race. Not quite the situation here now, but you see 3 wide racing. I don't know why they're doing this right now. You need to catch up to this 33. But right now, the way it looks, the only multi-race winners in this pack right here would be the 5 and 9 of William Ayers. So likely see our 10th consecutive new race winner, barring any last-minute chaos in this one. Single file out here a little bit, calming it down, not doing too much. You don't want to do too much here. You want to keep it going. Stay clear of issues. There's only about 10 of them in this pack right now. So undercut doesn't quite work for that 27 and others. See if these guys get single file going and they start to make up some positions. That could very well be the case here, but as we look at the gap, they're 7 seconds off, so they're going to need a caution here. So they're going to need something that's come out of control in these final couple of laps, as we're getting ever so close to the finish of this race. So this is going to be the 88 of Clinton Buchanan leading this race now, one of the best super speedway racers. So is that number 5 of David Dixon. That 91 of Rogel Dorn blew a tire. 15 had a header issue. So, wow, this race has really been a very action-packed Talladega one. And now they're going to come up on this 31 of Matt Morley. Let's see what his minimum speed is here. 164, and these guys are running 175, so just about 10 miles per hour off the pace. So hopefully he'll go high and just not hold these guys up. But this could be the break those guys behind them need that are 7 seconds behind. See that number 88 is going to follow through in as well. So if they all get stuck in a single file here, we could see that second pack behind them all group up. But that 9 is William Mays is going to force the issue, it looks like here. No, not just yet. Here's he going to force it underneath. If he does, then everybody else is going to follow through. Yes, he is. So not playing any games like the 41 of Travis Rawlin did that last time around. They're going to go to the inside, get past them, not play too many games here, and risk their race being ruined. Some of those guys trying the outside there. That's not going to quite work. And now look at the 5 of David Dixon going to the inside. The 45 and 1 are going to follow him. That 38 is going to stay on the outside. That gap is only growing from behind. So these guys in that second group are likely going to be out of this race, barring any last-minute cautions in this one. So you're going to file back into a single file line here. That number 5 of David Dixon leading. Let's ride along with this Toyota Gazoo on board for that 52 of Eric Monaco. You can just see the surface there. This track very bumpy. Right now, that second lane not getting going. Likely not enough trucks to get that second lane going. If I were to be honest here. And that gap is not growing too much, but it definitely stuck around 7 to 8 seconds. We'll see in the final laps. That's when the racing starts to go sporadic again, and guys take a lot of different type of lanes. Hopefully not 4 wide. We've seen that happen quite a lot here today in today's race. The number 11 was Johnson was able to keep it clean when he went 4 wide, but others have not been able to. And now the 52, Eric Monaco going down to the inside. Last week's winner at Memphis. Can he get the race win here today at Talladega? Be a huge turnaround this season for that 52 team. Back-to-back wins. First multi-race winner in this series. I forgot to mention him when I was talking about multi-race winners along with that number 9 and 5. But that 52 of Eric Monaco now. Still leading this one. Just gotta hold on. But now that 9 of William Ayers is going to just cruise right on by him. And let's see how this gap. Yes, that gap's just sitting around 7 to 8 seconds. So I don't think they're going to be able to catch up in this race unless we have something major happen, which is a real possibility. There's always chaos here. But it's just a revolving door for the lead currently now. Now we got 2 Tricon garage trucks loaded up on the inside of number 1 and 5. 17 of Nathan Stapleton, their teammate, struggled early on in this race. 11 of Bjorn for Jordan out of this one. Well, not out, but just not running too well. Now he's going to make a move on his teammate. There goes David Dixon. Check in with his pack behind them. Let's see their progress. Their gap likely grew because of that number 31. It looks like it did. 2 Gainbridge trucks here stuck behind. Fortunate for them. We'll see if anything comes of it. Oh, now these guys are trying to get a little bit rowdy here. Some 2-wide racing here. Now Clifton Buchanan's going to have some help from that 33 of Davey Walsh likely. We'll see if they make a move to the bottom here. .32 to go in this race. Laps are winding down here at Talladega. Oh. That number 88 almost got the bumper by that 33, and the 33 is not going to waste any time making a move here. I will say Thor Sport for the 13 truck being out, they're running pretty well in this race so far. Oh, now look at this 3 wide here. How will this end? Looks like it's going to be fine. Dave Walsh has actually ran a great race so far. Led a couple laps. I'm not sure who has the most laps led today, but if I had to guess, it would be the 33-27 or likely probably 52 or 19 actually. So these guys have stayed in the front, which is good moves by them. You don't typically want to be in the front sometimes, but these guys have been here consistently up front here today. And now you see that number 04 of Tyreek McLean ahead of them. He's not running too far off the pace. I don't know how heavy. Oh, we got a lot of lap trucks lined up ahead. This could actually impact this finish a lot here. If they don't get past them, we could see that group of trucks we were mentioning before catch up. 38's going to get around him, but he's got 3 trucks ahead of him as well. That number 1 still trying to scoot around the outside. And outside line has been very weak here today. They're going to make it work, but just barely. See how much this holds them up. We'll see where the second group of guys are. Yeah, they're way off here. Thought they'd be a little bit closer, but not really, to be honest. But that number 11, 26, and 25 might be an issue here for these guys. We'll see how it goes. 30 laps to go in this race. Now number 1 is Skylar Taylor looking for the lead. Led the most laps at Memphis last week. If you got the win here today, what a turnaround it would be for this team. Oh, they have a lot of lap traffic ahead of them, so I do think this finish could be heavily impacted by lap traffic and bunched up. So we'll see how this one goes, but I think this is going to be a very close one. But do we have one more cycle of pit stops left in us? If so, how does that impact this one? Now, oh no, they go 4 wide here. This could not end well, folks. Nearly 4 wide there. If that were the case, that likely would have been the caution that half of this field would have needed. Now 33 Davey Wallace is going to go to the inside of this 26, so managing the lap traffic quite well are these guys. And you see, yeah, these guys are not going to catch up with that second group unless there's a caution. And speaking of caution, around goes the 25 of Carl Young. He's going to involve the 19 of Ryan Little. And that's going to bring out the caution that everybody needs in this race. The caution's out here, folks. I didn't want to speak it into existence, but there it happens. And it's going to involve quite a few trucks. I'm not sure what happened to that 25, but let's go take a look. We're going to do a no-cut replay here, and let's see what happened to this 25 team. Oh, and it's that number 1 of Skylar Taylor once again, being overly greedy, and he's going to hook another truck in this race, and it's going to involve the 52. That 19 is going to unfortunately get involved there. But the Las Vegas winner, Carl Young, involved in another incident here today as lap traffic, and that's going to be the break some of these guys need as the laps are winding down in this one. This could very well be the final stops in this race. That 25 is packing a whole lot of speed coming through this track. But, you know, you don't like being turned there, especially by the number 1 Skylar Taylor. And at the caution, it looks like the 33 Davey Wallace was leading, so he will guide us down the pit road for our stops in this race. That's 71 and 27 going to be ahead and come down as well, but they were supposed to be lapped here soon. But here they come down pit road. Could this be the final pit stops of this race? If so, no mistakes are needed. Double foul restarts. You need the freshest tires you can. Everybody's going to be bunched back up in this race. No mistakes needed. Who is going to win the race off of pit road here? And here we go. It is crunch time for these teams. What a win would be for all of them. What's the strategy call here? 71's going to come off. Is it going to be 2 tires and that's it? That 41's taking 4 tires, I think, here. 4 tires, or he's just topping off the truck. Yes, he is. So he is just topping off the can here. But that 33 team is going to win the race off of pit road. That 27 and 71 are going to wave around to the back because they are currently 1 lap down. I mean, not currently 1 lap down. Well, 27 is going to be a lap down likely on this restart. But we'll figure that out. One of them might need to get a wave around here. It did happen on pit road. But anyways, folks, we come around one more time. We're not going to be going green, but it is going to be 25 laps left in this race. Put who you think is going to win this one in the chat. Will it be Davey Wallace or will it be one of these trucks? A late race caution. We kind of put it into the existence here. Let's see how this race finish is impacted here. We still have a good bunch of trucks left in this one, about 26 trucks. So this is going to be a nail-biting finish here. And we'll see who's going to be victorious here at Talladega. But it looks like it is going to be this 71 and 27 who need a wave around. They're in an awkward position right now. So we'll get that done real quick. But man, oh man, how will this race turn out. I can find the command for wave around real quick, but this race has turned out pretty interesting here, folks. Thought it would be a green flag run to the end. It isn't, so we'll see how it goes. But wave these trucks around here. And it is going to be the 33 and 5. We've seen this once again. These guys have been at the top of pitch strategy here today. What a win would be for all of these teams left, to be honest. They've all been very good here today, running up front, staying out of trouble. But does the luck run out on these final laps? Do the guys get over eager and we see another wreck? It's typical at these Superspeedway races. Guys start to lose their cool at the end of these races, and it is just a melee from there. So it could be a very interesting brawl here at Alabama. Don't know what's going on with that number one. Skylar Taylor here. Is he blowing up? I think that number one's having issues. He might be having issues here. I don't know what's going on with that number one truck here. Give an update as soon as we can. Sorry about that, folks. My phone just dropped. We'll give an update as soon as we can. But that number one, Skylar Taylor's having some issues. We'll see what's going on with that number one. He might be just coming down again, but we'll see what's happening. Alright here, so let's see if he says 71 and... Yeah, so they got 71-27, I think, got their stuff figured out. Here they come back around, okay. They're going to line up likely behind here. Figure this all out. We'll see what's going on with that number one, Skylar Taylor here, folks. But we are going to be starting on lap 72. And that'll make it, I believe, one second, folks. So I don't want to get this wrong. Yeah, it'll be 23 laps until the finish of this race, so 23 laps. Who is going to win here at Talladega? Will mistakes be made? We could go into overtime as well, so folks, hold on to your hats. This finish might be a barn burner. He's going to have that. He's going to have some help from his four teams behind him. 88, 38. Then it ends there, but what a run by these Tricon Garage trucks. 88, 98, and 99 are all in this race right now. Skylar Taylor is catching up here, but he is going to be limping here. He's likely having some issues with that truck. But here we go. Coming to the Geico restart zone is going to be the 33, Davey Wallace, leading us to green. Well, 23 laps to go in this race. Here we go. Coming to the restart, folks. Who is going to win here at Talladega? 23 to go. Green flag is back out here at Talladega. Side by side for the lead. Dixon and Wallace. Who's going to come out victorious in this one? The gloves are off in this race. These guys are all bunched back up. They waited all race to get bunched back up, and now they're all going to be hungry for this race win. At 88, glued to the bumper of this 33. He's pushing them all the way out. But he's going to do the strategy that we've mentioned before. He's going to push them out, and then he's going to dive underneath and make the pass. See that 27 stuck 3 wide behind between the number 11 and 7. And now look at the 5. He's going to go to the middle now. Does anybody follow, though? It doesn't look like it. Nobody's going to follow David Dixon to the middle. Does anybody help, though? It looks like that 98 Evan Marisi might. Yes, he does. He's going to follow through as well. It's going to be 3 wide racing up front. There goes the 9 of William Ayers now helping out. At 26 dropping down to help his teammate. That middle lane is forming now. But in the lead right now is Peter Onjak, who started second to last. That 38 team needs a win right now. And you see that middle lane is forming now. The 7 of Matthew Hubert's going to jump down to the middle lane. He's going to try to help him out quite a bit. Dixon now managing both lanes. And now that 38 is going to get pushed out by the 19. Oh, here we go. Is this 4 wide here? This could not end well, likely. And there they go, wrecking again. Clinton Buchanan around. Others getting collected in it. The caution's going to be back out here at Talladega. Oh, and there goes Buchanan. He's going to take him. They'll 4 out and others. And once again, the caution's going to be out in this race, and the leader at the time of caution is going to be this 19 of Ryan Little, and Buchanan might be out of this one. You can't go 4 wide. They make the mistake again, and it's going to bring out another caution here. That could be all but over for that number 88 team of Clinton Buchanan. We mentioned how he's one of the best plate racers, if not the best plate racer in the series right now, after 2 plate races this season, and now he likely is going to be out of this one, if I had to guess. Comes to the line, it's going to be 20 to go, and we might see a bunch more of this here as these laps wind down. These guys are going to become desperate ends. Desperate measures. I mean, I don't even know what I was going to say. Desperate times call for desperate measures, so these guys are going to make lunges for the lead and everything. An hour and 30 minutes into racing. So these drivers have been racing for a long time. They are tired of just running the single file. They're going to put all their cards on the line and try to win this race. So we'll see who comes down the pit road. We'll see if guys finally just stock back up, just get it over and done with. 20 laps to go in this race. What do they do? '19 of Ryan Little got involved in that caution with the 25. Looks like the damage wasn't too major as they're back in this one. And who's come down pit road? It's going to be a 33 and 02. Nobody else is going to follow them down, though. A little bit of a smart decision there because they're not going to lose too many positions. And with how this pack shuffles, they're going to get right back into it. The labor round Chuck is going to be the 26 of Mateo Castillo. He's going to get the lucky dog here, which we are going to implement that now as we finally got these commands figured out. So, is the highest running highest running driver. You know what I'm trying to say, folks. It's been a long race. It's been a long night. In our Truck Night America for you. Gonna be a lot of action. See what these guys are doing on pit road here. Maybe topping off the fuel tanks here. fuel can here. Get some damage fixed on that O2. It looks like 88 might be well out of this one. They've spent a lot of time on pit road here, and if they do try to attempt to come back out, they might be done. I mean, they might not reach the minimum speed they need to. At 04, Tyreek McLean has retired from this race, unfortunately. Just gets involved in an incident. It's just, that happens here at Talladega. He had a great run going. He's been very unlucky this season. Fortunately, he's going to fall victim to another caution here. And looks like we'll restart on lap 78 here as the laps wind down, which will bring us to 17 laps to go, I'm pretty sure, at the restart. I think that 26 finally completed his wave around. Yeah, he did. So he's going to be good now. Gets that lucky dog. And it is going to be this 19 of Ryan Little leading us to the green with the number 99 of Manny Candamillo Jr. on his outside, along with that 38 right behind Candamillo. That 38's been on the outside. He's been a very good Ford guy today. He's been supporting all of them, so he's had a great performance here today. And actually, it might be lap 79, actually, so interesting turnaround in this race. Hopefully not the caution glitch. If it's a caution glitch, we're more than halfway through this race, and it's just going to be, I'm going to call it bullshit rain delay or something and call it a race, because I've ran into this glitch too many times here, folks. But we'll see what they do here. We'll see if we restart on lap 79, I guess it will be, actually, so. This 19 does get a win. That would be 2 plate race wins for Bill McNally Racing. Even the lights go out on this pace truck, though. Once again, if you enjoy this type of racing and you want to be involved with NR Truck Night America next season, remember to join the Discord, join the community. Applications for next season will likely start around probably the final race of the season. Don't want to open them too early, but owner applications could open at the regular season deadline. I haven't quite decided a date for that yet. So see if the lights go out on the pace truck this time around. Hopefully they do. Because, man, oh man, we ran to that caution. Okay, so we are going to be, caution glitch, yeah. So we are going to be restarting here on lap 79 here, folks. The laps are winding down. Who is going to come out with the W here at Talladega, here in Alabama? See if anybody is from Alabama. I don't think there is a driver from Alabama in here, but you never know. I've honestly not kept up with home tracks too well this season. No, I don't think there is anybody here from Alabama, so not any home track guys. Next week as we go to Charlotte, though, I think Brandon Haynes That is his home track. Positive, actually, because, yeah. Yeah, so he's from Denver, North Carolina. So next week at North Carolina, at Charlotte Motor Speedway, that will be Brandon Haynes' home race. So maybe he can figure something out, get a home race win. It's gonna be a long race. There's a lot of stages in that race. He's gonna have to just be there in the end and try to get the win. So we'll see if it happens or not. But we're focused on this week. Haynes could easily win this week. He's been solid here in today's race. It is going to be this 19 of Ryan Little leading us to the green. You have that 99 of Manny Cannamo Jr. on his outside. 16 laps to go at the restart. Do we see another caution in this one? Been the most cautions in the race we've seen on this season. I think we're at 5 now. But the pace truck's going to peer down to pit road once again here, folks. And we're going to see ourselves going green. A couple of Chevys on the inside row, 2 Fords on the top. They've driven their ways up through this race. And the green flag's back underway at Talladega. 16 laps to go. That 99 got a pretty good launch on that outside. Does he hold on, though? He doesn't quite have the push on that 38 that he wanted. Side by side, Cannamo and Little. Brother was recently replaced in the 13 truck. But look at that 99 on the outside. He might drop down here. That 38 gave him a great push. Peter Onjak, what a day he's having. He just put his Ford teammate in a great position now on that inside line. Oh, now Onjak's going to be forced 3 wide now. And now Dixon's going to fall out now, likely. So they're already starting to pick up their racing here. 15 laps to go now in this race. What gives at this moment? This 99 Manny Cannamo Jr., he is having a great launch right now. That 75 is going to reel him back in pretty quick here with a good push from that number 2 of Angel Gutierrez. And yeah, here they go. They're going to fly right past this 99. He's got nobody to help him on the outside. He's a sitting duck at this point. 3 wide racing behind. Ayers is going to abandon that 19. See if that 99 slots in anywhere. Oh, that 19 just got a 19. 99 slots in anywhere. Yes, he is. He's going to appear right in front of that 9 of William Ayers. No, Ayers is going to force him out. They're picking up racing back here, though. But now, look, it's going to be the 2 of Angel Gutierrez. He won part of the fan vote. What a turnaround would be for him. But that 98's right behind him. He's going to force him out the way here, likely. And look at Manny Cannamo Jr. He's going to peer right down to the inside. Can't waste any more time there. And now they're going to split this 2 in the middle maybe here. Does he get in front of Rollin in time? Yes, he does. But maybe not enough for this number 2 of Angel Gutierrez. Oh, now the 41's going to go to the inside. There goes Travis Rollin. And look at the 71 of Landon Lauterbach right behind him. Looking to become the first multi-race winner on the season, but he's got that 52 of Eric Monaco right behind him as well. "13 laps to go in this one. Now to the inside goes Landon Lauterbach. He's going to have some help from the 1 and 9 and 99. Here they all come. That two's going to slot right in front of that 98. He's not going to try to help these guys out and hurt his race position here. Those guys are going to be some sitting ducks on that outside line. Not being too aggressive here like we saw in that last restart, but do they start to become aggressive on the final couple laps in this race? That is the question that we're all wondering here. Now Skylar Taylor is going to move to the lead likely here. And look at Manny Candamo Jr. back into the battle here for the lead. Waited his turn, now he's going to get back up there. Do we see any more sporadic moves here? Any three wide moves? Jump down? That's been quite the case here. No, Candamo going to be patient here. Running a smart race. No, he's going to dive to the inside. $11 to go at the line. What gives at this moment? Can this 99 hold on to the race lead? It's been a great race ran by this 99 team all day. Can they hold on to it though? Does he get in front of that 26 in time though? Yes, he does. Manny Candamo Jr. has a fast truck here tonight. He's just going to get sucked up in this draft once again and likely going to fall right back. Does he maybe throw a block on this 26? No, not quite. Kind of surrender his position here. That 27 can move to the outside. Two Colombians working together, Lopez and Candamel. But now this 26 Mateo Castillo, who I think is another Colombian in the series, he's now going to work to the inside. He's got some help from the two Gamebridge trucks on the inside. Hubert and Gutierrez working together. Technically, the same team as Spire is owned by. Spire owns Gamebridge, and they. Yeah, whatever. But now these two trucks are working on the bottom together. But now, the 7 of Matthew Hubert's going to go to the lead. 10 laps to go in this race. Who is going to win here at Talladega? Do we see one final caution that shakes this one up? And now, there goes Gutierrez. He's going to have some help from the 98 of Evan Reese. Look at Matt Morley now. Morley was struggling at the beginning of this race, but now he's running pretty well. You see them all battling behind. Candamel, the 27, the 26, two Andretti machines, but now it's just two of Angel Gutierrez. He's going to bring us to 9 to go. Now to the outside goes that 31 of Matt Morley, trying to get something going on that outside line. If it was the time to get that outside line going, it would be this time in this race to do it. But he has no help. There goes William Ayers outside. The 98's going to go as well. There goes the 5 of David Dixon. He's going to stay in line. Oh, and look at this. Oh, no. That, for a second, looked like it could be a 4-wide moment, and we know what happens there, folks. Getting in the line. Oh, look at that 31 diving right in front of Peter Honjak. It's going to be single foul here, but this number 2 still leads. Eight to go in this race. I might be mistaken there. I think it actually is 9 to go. No, it is 8 to go. But now David Dixon to the lead. He's got that 71 of Landon Lauterbach right behind him. These two would like to get 2 race wins on the season. There goes Skylar Taylor, though, to the inside. He led the most laps last week at Memphis, but now he's going to be right behind his Tricon Garage teammate, but I don't think teammates matter at this moment. This is for a race win. So the line's going to be 7 to go. Clock is ticking down in this one. And now that 5's going to be forced to the outside. But did the one make the move too early? These guys can easily shuffle their way back in. There's a whole line of trucks running here trying to get back into this. And now the 27 is going to dive down to the lead. He's got some help from his teammate in the 26. But like we said, teammates are out the window at this point in this race. Be 5 to go, I believe, at the line. Yes, it will be. 5 to go. And now that 26 moved to the lead, but that's 75 Sierra Cooper. She's ran well all race today, and she might push that 26 right out the way and say thank you. And yeah, there they go now. They got some help from that 9 of William Ayers as well. Ooh, Hannibal Jr. there almost made contact with that 31 man. Morley could have spun him around there. He doesn't do it though. Comes to the line. This time it will be 5 to go, so that's my mistake there, folks. But now, diving to the inside. Oh, now they're all scrambling here. It's going to be 3 wide here, likely. This one is heating up here. 5 to go. That 29 Monica Pato is just going to have to get out the way in this one and not impact this finish. Their race is practically over. We're going to bring it down to pit road. Their race is over. They're going to likely finish here 24th, which they would have finished anyways. Four to go now at the line. Now, Angel Gutierrez back into lead. In prime position in this one. And now there goes David Dixon. Nobody follows him though. The 71 and 41 stay on the outside. They're supporting their Chevy teammate. Is that too risky of a move though? It's going to be 3 to go at the line. And now Kennedy Jr., he's going to bow to the outside. You see the run that number 2 was getting. Oh, and that 75 is going to drop down there. Right in front of the nose of that 38. He's been cut off quite a few times in this race. And now there goes that 27. Coming to the line here, it's going to be 2 to go. Any laps, any caution here will make it NTNA overtime. Two to go here at Talladega. And there goes Skylar Taylor to the bottom. Any caution at this moment would make it overtime. And now that 7's going to the inside. There's some lap traffic ahead. We'll see if they catch up to them in this one. And they're going to be coming to the white flag now. The number 1 of Skylar Taylor is going to lead us. Some lap traffic ahead, the 56 and 92. White flag is out, but there's lap traffic in front of them. Can they get past them? It's going to be Matthew Hubert leading now. Stuck behind the 56, though. Does he make the move? No, he's not. Yes, he does now. He's going to have Peter Onjak right behind him. Into turns 3 and 4. Is it going to be Matthew Hubert? Does Onjak make a move for the lead? I don't think he has anything left in him. Coming to the line. Matthew Hubert's going to win at Talladega and become the first multi-race winner. What a win by the 17. The lap traffic in the end kind of killed the finish, but we couldn't DQ any more trucks in this race, but it is going to be Matthew Hubert winning his second race on the year. What a win. What a finish. What a race. 2-hour race, folks. And that 17 is going to burn it down here, folks. And we're going to get to our finishing results, but what a race here. If you enjoyed that one, like and subscribe and join the Discord for future updates. And Matthew Hubert is now a 2-time winner on the season.